To build a better city, we kind of want to be working very closely with the folks who are making those things happen, where design can actually really make a difference.
Hi. Hey, Eleanor. So good to see you. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Can't wait to see how it's changed.
So Future Farm, we describe ourselves as architects for change makers. And I think we have the kind of special joy of working with a range of different clients, all of whom are trying to make change in their own communities or in their own industries.
The short of what we're trying to do is get underserved residents in our city into the construction sector. But really doing that is a means to an end. What we really want to do is help people break out of the cycle of poverty. And so we've designed programming here that we help them, whether they want to be in the trades, an electrician, a carpenter, or a plumber. We have a 12-week program that they can come through, and then we help them with job placement and all the wraparound supports.
Tell me about this location. Why did you decide to locate in the Garfield Park neighborhood of the city, and specifically in this Lake Street location?
The Green Line, I gotta tell you, first and foremost, if we're gonna create a nonprofit, we needed to be where the people were at. We saw this space and the beautiful bow trusses that are in here. And given that we were gonna be in carpentry and woodworking, I knew that from day one that was gonna be the basis of our trades program. It's just like, yeah, we need to be here.
Tell us about the move that you did.
Yeah. So I think before Revolution Workshop was in the larger space, and then they had access to this space. They had, I think, thought kind of naturally that this would be office, right? And that would be shop space. But by organizing the plan in the long direction, you're able to get this big open space for training, long span bow trusses, like a really rare condition, and the relationship to Lake Street.
I envisioned originally that we were going to keep the two bay structure.
Yes.
And she was like, she had 3 mocks, I'll never forget. And the first 2 had the 2 bay structure. She said, I'm going to save this one for last because, this one's a little radical and I want to kind of show it. And I remember it was me, Jackie, and Molly, and we saw the 3rd mock and we were like, oh no, that's it. Like that
You
makes
knew right
sense.
away.
Oh yeah. It was like, no, I actually think, we like this one the best.
We rotated the plan 90 degrees. So now there's a long partition wall going through the middle of the space, and all the offices are at the rear of the building away from the train. So all the noisy things happen on that side. Also the messy things, the non-climate controlled things happen on that side. And I think that's the other kind of like architectural secret of the space is that the footprint didn't give them enough square footage. That Revolution Workshop actually felt they needed more square footage. So the trainee lunchroom and the collaboration space for the staff is on top of these 2 jewel boxes, and they sneak in between the bow trusses.
So when I first noticed coming in here, is we have the trusses again.
Yes.
And we have your panels, the custom panels. And that
exactly.
to me, even though it's a different use of this space, design-wise, it ties together. The colors are a little bit more muted in here too. So tell me about those subtle shifts that you did. And
I do think the office space is really, for us, it's kind of the invisible or mostly invisible things. It's about natural light. We added more openings at the rear of the building, so all these private offices get natural light.
we can see a little bit in the
Yes.
it's a very generous one.
As a designer, natural light to me, that's the thing that is most valuable in any space. If we have natural light in the space, any space can be welcoming and beautiful and comfortable. So we added skylights. So when they were up there also, that's new openings in the roof, and we also reinforced the roof structure at the same time. I think anyone from Chicago knows that each neighborhood has its own history of planning efforts, of visions, of ambitions and change. And I think it's really important that this building is part of what is kind of emerging as a workforce development corridor.
You came here, you saw a need in this neighborhood, and you doubled down and invested back in this neighborhood. And I think that's also the importance of projects like yours, where it shows the community you're worth investing in and it uplifts the community.
It's really, it's come full circle, and I'm excited to continue to see the growth and kind of what we're doing in this community.
Tell us about the mural.
Yeah.
And there's some continuing along Lake Street.
We started working on the project. There was an existing mural that I think everyone was really excited about and wanted to keep, of course. The artist, when he learned that the building was being renovated, said he wanted to refresh the mural. So he came and updated the mural like a week before the building opened. Our exterior work, I think, is like just really simple. They refreshed the mural. We added new exterior light fixtures so it glows a little bit at night. But otherwise, really, they put the kind of bulk of the work is in improving the interior spaces for their use.
It's interesting to hear every building story. Thoughtful design ensures a building not only inspires, but also empowers its occupants to carry out their purpose with greater ease. The best way to uncover these stories is by hearing directly from the architects who bring them to life. Thank you, Ann, for helping us explore why design matters.